Sanford, Florida on a Wednesday night. On Wednesday before Halloween, we're over in the neighborhood to go check out Phantasmagoria. It's an excellent traveling performance arts troupe at a bed and breakfast over here at the Higgins House. We've never been there before, but we are gonna go downtown Sanford over to the Sullivan to go catch a bite before our performance. If you guys have not seen our Sanford videos before, there is so much life in Sanford these days. Compared back to when we moved here, going back to 2003, this place has completely been built up with all kinds of craft breweries, different bars, different eateries, all kinds of culture. It is really awesome. Directly across the street from where we're walking is Hollerback's Willow Tree. If you guys have ever seen us go to the German restaurant, that's the German restaurant. That's the best German food I think you'd get anywhere in Florida, if not anywhere else that I've tried it. We've got a 1950s ice cream parlor opening soon here. Estate sale items, antiques and dustables. And by the way, if I swing back over to where Hollerback Willow Tree is, this corner building is being renovated as well so that they have an additional bar and seating and all kinds of goodness happening here. Knight's Shoe Store. Look at these antiques. Oh, those are cool.
Oh, those are nice.
Happy Halloween! Spooky Hollow tomorrow, historic downtown Sanford. Costume contest, carnival games, trick-or-treating. Smile, you're on camera. I hope they got my good side. Maya books and music. Giants, Ghosts, and Goblins. These buildings all have historical significance. This is the N.P. Yowell and Garner Woodruff buildings, erected in 1910. And this is where we're going, the Sullivan Public House. Let's get it on. Right next to Washburn Imports. Split side to side. You get a full menu here. Really awesome half and halves. I started with the black and tan, so they also have my favorite snake bites. Food, you got pub chips, pub fries, Guinness battered onion rings, Scotch eggs, which is what we got to start with. We got some shepherd's pie as well, which is lamb and pork. Bangers and mash. I love bangers and mash. They've also got fish and chips, which, surprised. No fish and chips for you?
No, not tonight.
Everything is fantastic here. So we've got plenty of Irish whiskeys. I know everything's probably blurry. 2 pages of whiskeys. I've got my black and tan, and Mary has a stout. She's taking a picture of it. This place is all about the ambiance, and it may not look like much to you, but I'm telling you, this reminds me a lot of a couple of pubs that we used to go to in Flushing, Queens, and Bayside, Queens, either Brady's or Donovan's. Look at the ceiling. We have this really awesome woodwork over here, and I don't want to video the people sitting around here, but the bar is loaded with whiskeys. This is our shepherd's pie, and we've got a Scotch egg happening over here too. Here it is, unmasked. So good, so good. Some of the best shepherd's pie that I've had in years. No offense, of course. Clean Plate Club, or bowl. Finish with dinner. We're gonna meander around a little bit. Save the clock tower. Also, musicians. This is awesome. It reminds me of the movie with Steve Carell. And in the store window, they have an advertisement for Phantasmagoria. They're actually playing a regular show on November 1st, not at the bed and breakfast, but at the Wayne Dench Performing Arts Center. And then a quick look at the activity calendar coming towards the end of the month. Halloween downtown trick-or-treat. And then it looks like on the 1st, well actually on the 31st there's so much stuff that it went over. They have the Rocky Horror Picture Show happening also. And in another window, they have a different ad for Phantasmagoria for the event that we're going to tonight. Fire dancing. It is very quiet here in Sanford tonight. The old jailhouse. We ate there and did our review when it opened up. Celery City cigars. I almost said guitars. And now we're only eating cars. Celery City Craft. Got your craft beers happening here. And they've got a pretty killer backyard. It's almost always warm here, peoples. And so it's Celery City over there. I do want to point out this street right here may look familiar to people that watch a lot of our videos. This street is used for Sofas and Suds. Recently announced Sofas and Suds is coming back again the Sunday before Thanksgiving. The Saturday before Thanksgiving is like a whole drinking party thing with Tom and Dan. Tom and Dan also the lead for Sofas and Suds, but we've gone to Sofas and Suds every year except for one, and we've done their videos over and over again. It's been a great way for us to meet so many people in the community here. But if you're not familiar with Sofas and Suds, we'll link one of the videos here, but you could do a Google search or YouTube search. Pretty much all of the videos have been us to begin with now. It's not something historically that's gotten the most views in the world for us, but it is hands down one of our favorite, most fun events ever. It's grown people pushing couches and chairs
And racing around
on wheels and racing around. The event's free if you want to come and check it out. You can go anywhere along the street there, or you can buy VIP tickets and sit in here and get unlimited beer. We're gonna make a pit stop at West End Trading Company. Awesome place to check out some live music and catch a couple of beers. They have quite the tap selection here, as well as crafts in cans. Out of West End, heading over to Phantasmagoria. West End is awesome, except for the fact that they allow smoking inside.
Yes. I've been there for, what, 15 minutes and I'm dying.
More breweries and bars down that way, including Throwbacks, our favorite. And so the side streets are a little bit questionable at night. Although back there is kind of like an office cluster. When the channel was doing really well, at one point I thought like maybe I could rent a space there. It's like a production type area and expand and do things, and now not so much. A lot of these areas over here actually are super haunted. We did a ghost tour over in this area a couple of years ago, but a lot of rich history in Sanford, Florida, and a lot of reported ghost sightings. Also, I should mention that as we make our way over to the Higgins House for Phantasmagoria, I'm not sure that we're going to be able to film anything as we go there, because it is a performance, but we'll see. And we are approaching our final destination. Here we are at the Higgins House, bed and breakfast.
Dangerous trick for us.
Well, I suppose if you really want one.
And this is where regret begins. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea which particular, oh dear Lord, which trick he is going to do, but I usually look away when these things happen. So ladies and gentlemen, with the first of his two tricks, and now I know what it is because I saw what he has in his hands, welcome, I usually say the magic calendar, this time I'm going to say the creepy calendar. Ladies and gentlemen, hand of applause. Creepy calendar.
Alright, so I keep trying to come up with a way to explain this trick and tell everyone a little bit about what's going to happen. And try as I might, I fail miserably. So I think I'm just going to have to let this one speak for itself.
Oh, oh, it does.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you a balloon.
Yay!
No, please applaud as much as possible. I promise you I have very low self-esteem. You don't need to make it patronizing. Alright.
Is that the trick? Can we move on?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the most difficult balloon animal that I know how to make. The snake. Alright.
Let me preface this by saying, when you go home and you remember this next visual, do not go okay? Enjoy.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. Oh, I could say so much.
I'm beginning to really like you a lot.
Yes.
I apologize.
Oh,
If you look down, you can't see it. Look up.
God.
No?
Dear Zeus, please.
more I look
No,
at-
don't touch your mind. Oh, dear Zeus.
You literally asked for this.
I know, I did. Remember that word regret? I have a dictionary upstairs. I'm going to have to share it with you. Yes. Yes. Oh, I will never eat Italian sausage again.
Just Italian sausage?
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh my god.
It's like spaghetti.
Holy cow.
Oh. Is it in?
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, dear Lord. Now it's a water balloon.
All right.
Up to
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, what we ask you now to do is to go into downtown Sanford, have a drink or two for the next couple of hours, come back in about 3 hours, and the second half of the trick starts.
Dangerous for me. There are actually ways that one can go wrong. They have gone wrong. It's not pleasant. But that only puts danger on me. So what would be a good step to take after that, do you think?
Quitting while you're
Put danger. Maybe on your head. Bullwhips use some very interesting physics to, at the end of the day, well, make a pretty noise. And that noise is just this.
Oh,
So that physics means that the end of this bullwhip is actually breaking the speed of sound when it makes that noise. This tip here is going at over 900 miles per hour. That means it is going fast enough that it can not only lacerate human flesh, but it can even break bone. So I think Byron is feeling very comfortable about this plan right now. What do you all think?
Yeah.
All right, good. So when we take this bullwhip, we can try to do some interesting things with it.
what's to do?
Right?
That was nice.
Yes, it's easy.
Very nice.
I didn't practice that at all. All right. So, Byron, come on over here. So when I say I need you to lend me a hand, I do mean in this case rather literally. I need you to lend me, well, a hand. Would you mind? No, other hand, Byron. Your hand. There you are. Come on, the right one. Go ahead. Take that. Come over here for me. Don't say I never brought you flowers, Byron.
What do I do?
All right, come just a little bit further this way right here, and just hold that flower straight out for me, would you? And right there, right there,
I think it's
right there. And
I liked you.
I know.
right there. So my last question for you, Byron. Are you religious?
Zeus will tell you.
All right, here we go. So one for practice. If this goes wrong,
Call 911.
I don't know, clap anyway.
Don't
Yeah.
care.
Thank you, darlings. Enjoy your Halloween.
All right, the show is over. We're heading out. Well, it's over. It's about 10 o'clock and it is pretty dark out on the streets of Sanford, Florida. This is a little bit removed from all of the restaurants and bars in downtown on First. Phantasmagoria was awesome as always. We didn't show you the story, so basically what this was like an hour worth of stories and scavenger hunt type activities. It was super cool. And while we're in the dark, it adds to the creepiness factor. It was basically like ghost stories that had scavenger hunt type clues
In a
each
Victorian bed and breakfast.
Yeah, in each room of the house. The actors were phenomenal. It's amazing how many lines they can remember in these stories for a one-off type of appearance. The final story of the night was one of my favorite stories of all time.
I know.
Edgar Allan Poe, The Telltale Heart. It was phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
I love it. If you guys get a chance to check out Phantasmagoria, and this is not sponsored by any way, I'll put a link down below to their website as well. You guys owe it to yourselves, especially if you're local and you have a chance to check out one of their shows locally when they perform. Do it. You are never going to be disappointed. And so we have a little bit of a trek through mostly haunted downtown Sanford. We're passing by the home of Loggerhead Florida Craft Spirits, vodka, and other spirits made here. Look at these barrels in the window. First, Deviant Wolf. Stranger Things Art Show, October 5th through November 17th. The West End Theater. Traveling version of Green Day's American Idiot will be here in April of 2020. This is the quietest I've seen downtown Sanford in like forever.
You gotta realize it's Wednesday though.
Yeah, it's Wednesday night. Where is everybody?
Home?
What? Down the block from a closed Hollerbacks. Got a fountain and pretty much a metaphorical ghost town and a real ghost town. I've heard plenty of stories about things that happen inside of Hollerbacks. Alright, so that is going to do it for us for tonight. Thank you very much for coming along.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for all of your likes, comments, and subscriptions. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Have a great night. See you guys.